Hello and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be working on minimum changes to make alternating binary string. And in the problem, you're given a string and you want to figure out how many operations you need to make it alternating, meaning you don't have zeros next to zeros and ones next to ones. So in this first example, you can just change this to 1, so that'll be one operation. In the second one, it's already alternating. And in the third one, this is where you kind of get the intuition for this problem. You can either turn it into this or this. And either way will take 2 operations. And so this is basically the hint for this problem is whenever you have a string of n characters, the alternating version of that string, like let's say we have 6 characters, the alternating version of that string will look like it can only have 2 different versions. It can only look like this, or it can look like this. So all we really have to do is just compare our string to both of these and figure out how many changes it takes to make our string to one of these. And then the least is going to be our answer. So for example, let's say our string is like this. We compare to this one. So compare to this one. And we can just basically see like how many characters are different. So in this case, there's 1, another 1, and another 1. Actually another 2 here, right? So different, easier to see. So we have 4, and then we compare it to the other version. So we can compare it to the bottom one over here. Just write it actually 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And how many differences? 1, 2. So we would have 2, so that would be our answer. And that's pretty much all we have to do. Now we don't want to really, for this alternating string, like let's say we know our string is length 100 or something, we don't really want to like make a string like this. We can just have a starting character that will swap at every character. So for example, if we're comparing our string, like this string, to this, we can just like loop through the string, have a character that we compare it to, have it start at 1, and then every index it will alternate. So like at the next index it will go to a 0, then it will go to 1, then a 0, and so on. So you can either have a conditional based on index, or you can just have it alternate. And that's pretty much it. So we can code it. So essentially, we're going to have a result, and we're going to have a total, and we're going to have like a current character. We'll start at 0 for the first iteration, and we'll say like for character in S, if character doesn't equal cur, then add to the total. So this is the first iteration is going to be like this one where it's 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and so on. And then we will swap cur to the opposite one. So we'll say cur equals 1 if cur equals 0. And if it's 1, then turn it into a 0. Yeah, it should be good. So essentially we're swapping it. Now we do this exact same thing. So we can make our result equal to the total at the end. And we can make the total 0 and basically run the same exact thing. So we run this exact same, except now we start the cur at a 1. So now our string will be 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Now if you want, you can also do this in one loop. I guess we could do that. So we can refactor this to have it take one loop. So we could say like total 2, total 1, and now we could have 2 of these. So this would be in one loop. So we could have like cur 1 and cur 2. And we could have them like alternate. So we could say like if character doesn't equal cur 1, total 1 plus equals 1, else total 2 plus equals 1. We could just do it like this, and then we could increment these both in the loop. So this will just be swapped. So 1, 1. Actually, I think the logic for changing the character should be the exact same, right? So if it's a 0, it should turn into a 1, and if it's a 1, it should turn into a 0. So actually, this logic should be the same. Yeah. So this part should be the same, they just start at a different character. And finally, we can return, we don't need a result anymore. Now we can just return the minimum of total 1 and total 2. And that allows us to do it in one loop. Alright, this would be like cur 1, cur 2. Now, if this is a little bit confusing, you could always write this in two separate loops. But essentially, we just have the two different alternating things. It can be either ones followed by zeros or zeros followed by ones, and we just flip our character every single time and add up the total difference. So yeah. Okay. And for the time, this is O(n), and for the space, it's O(1) because we just use this like one character that we alternate. If that's a little confusing, you can actually build out the string. So you can build out the string of ones and zeros first, and then build out the string of zeros and ones if you want. If that's, or this character is better though because you know it basically alternates and stuff. So hopefully this is helpful, and if it was, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.